What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Vonnie coming back at y'all with another YouTube video. Yes, daily video, man. We're on the grind, man. We're almost at a month straight. I think this is 3 weeks straight. Uploading a video every day, man. Taking this stuff serious, man. I really am. I love doing these videos. I love editing. I love doing all that. But today's topic, what are we getting into, man? Y'all seen the title? What would I do if I had to start over from $0? Yes, the big zero. $0. You're just starting over. You know, I'm 23. So basically, what would I be doing if I was 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27? If I had $0, no matter what age I would be or I was, if I had $0, this is what I would be doing. But before we get into that, man, if y'all viewing this video, man, drop a like, comment your age down below. I want to see how my viewers are. So if you're seeing this, man, comment your age down below and let me know. But let's get right into the video, man. What would I do if I had to start over from zero? $0 in your bank account. You look in that bank account and you see a big fat donut. First off, I would start off by stabilizing the basic needs. What do we need? We need a roof to live under. We need food, and you know you gotta get places. You gotta go from A to B, A to B. Housing. What would I do? If you could live with your parents, with your parents for as long as you possibly can. No, there's no better way to save money than live with your parents. Your parents made you. They brought you into this world. You know, a lot of parents feel like, oh, well, we know the economy. It's hard out here. It's hard for people to, you know, succeed while being out living on their own. So if you can live with your parents or like a friend, something like that, where it's low rent a month, I'm not saying don't give them nothing. Like, even if they don't ask for anything, you can still throw them a little hundun every month. You feel me? And then once you get your money back right, you can start giving more. But yeah, don't just freeload. Never do that. If you can't stay with a parent, get a low costing house. I'm sorry to say this, but if you have to live in a low income neighborhood, you know, but you're only paying $450 to $650 for rent a month, you got to do what you got to do. You feel me? Like, don't be spending your whole check on rent. Your whole check shouldn't go towards rent. You're never going to get out the situation that you're in. Your whole check is going to rent. Food, man. Get off-brand stuff. That's all I'm going to say. Or if you're not going to get off-brand stuff, you know, if you can get on food stamps, I would recommend getting on food stamps, something like that. But if you can't, then, you know, live off of noodles. Noodles, cheapest thing. You get a 12 pack for like $3. Go get you some noodles. Live off of noodles. You know, don't take it too serious. If you want something different, put some chicken and rice in. You're good. Transport. Now this is a hard one because you know you can get the living down, you can get the food down, but what if you don't have a car to get to A to B? I say, if you can, try to get, you know, a job right next to your house. So it's not far. Somebody's coming to get you, or if you got an Uber, it's not that much money. Try to get a job right next to the crib. Save up from that job, and then instantly go on Facebook and get you a beater. I'm talking about a beater, bro. I'm talking about something that's literally gonna get you from A to B for 4 or 5 months, and then once you stack up off of that, you know, you go get you a little bit of a better car, off of Facebook, of course. But yeah, if you ain't got no transportation, man, go get you a beater, bro. If you go to a seller and they say this thing runs, go get you a car, bro. And you got enough for it, go get you a car. Like, I don't care what car it is, I don't care, bro. Just go get you a car. You got to get from A to B. Those are the 3 basic needs that we need in life, you know, and that's what you got to do. Those are the things you got to do if you're starting at 0. So what comes next? Getting the income. Go get a job. Best job that I can recommend for you is a warehouse job. But like I said, if you don't got transportation, warehouses are usually, you know, not where not too close. If you're getting a warehouse job, the apartments over there are going to be a little bit more expensive just because that's how it is. But if you don't have transportation, then make sure you get like a restaurant job, you know, a retail job, something like that. Something that you're making at least 15 an hour at. I say 15 an hour minimum. And that's not to say don't accept that $13 an hour job. Just keep looking though. You feel me? Like if the 13 an hour pops up first and you're at $0, you don't have no money to your name, take that job and then keep looking, you know? So you know, restaurant jobs, I say if you can become a server at a restaurant, like you're gonna get paid every day. So that's why I say do that. If you're a person watching this video and you actually do have a car, do DoorDash, do Uber Eats, do Instacart. You know, all those things. I don't recommend doing like Uber, like driving people around in your cars, because I don't know, people go far. I recommend just doing like food delivery services at first. So yeah, and make sure if you're getting out there and doing that, man, just make sure, you know, you're safe with it. Tip agencies, you know, they got all types of app, Instawork, all that. I don't recommend that as something you do all the time. Just get on there and you're like, you got a day off or something, and you're bored, you get on there, bam, you got a job that day. You go to it. All that, you know, all those things, man. That's how you really get income. Just a little bit of cash flow going. Remember, you're starting at zero. You're starting at $0. So this is how you get a little bit of cash flow going. Next, you're gonna cut out any unnecessary expenses. Like I said earlier, eat noodles, chicken and rice. That's it for a couple months. Don't eat out. Don't DoorDash. Don't do any of that. Just, you know, cook at home. Don't subscribe to anything, even music. People always like to make an excuse. Oh, but I need my Spotify. Oh, I need my Apple Music. You don't though. You really don't. Like, that's the crazy part about it. There's free music. Yes, they have ads, but it's still free. It's still not $10 coming out of your bank account. And I know $10 is nothing, but if you can spend 10, you can spend 1,000. So avoid that, man. And then don't go get a credit card. If you're starting out at zero and you're rebuilding up, a credit card is just going to be like a relief form. You're going to be like, oh, well, I can just buy this because I have my credit card. Don't do it. Just don't. Start out at zero. I don't have a credit card, you know, and I have more than 10,000 saved. So don't do that. What you really want to do is that first month, you want to pay for what you can, you know, rent, food, transportation, all that, because you're getting 2 checks. If you're bi-weekly, you're getting 4 checks if you're weekly, but yeah. And then the next month after that is when you want to contribute to your emergency fund. So that's the next topic. Build your first $1,000. If you have to, for a month straight, go work 12 to 14 hours a day to build yourself back up, go do it. It's 1 month of irregular work, you know, and it's not going to take that big, especially if you're a little bit on the younger side like me. It's not going to take that big of a toll on your body or anything. Your mental might go down a little bit, but at least you'll have some money in your pocket. And that's what I really can say about that. Like, at least you'll have some money in your pocket. So go work those 14, 16-hour shifts. And, you know, a lot of people are like, well, my job doesn't offer 16-hour shifts. Go get another job. Go get a second job. Work overtime, you know. And I like to say this as well. If you have Facebook, you have money sitting in your head. Because if you have any items that you just don't use anymore, post those things on Facebook. And then make sure you meet them at a close location, close to your house. Because if you do that, then, you know, you're not using too much gas and you're making money off of that. And then if it doesn't sell, then oh well. At least you uploaded it. You feel me? So, you know, things like that. Just the small things. The small things. in life, really can help you build up your account. And you don't realize how far an extra $30 a day can go. Like, you just randomly wake up and you got an extra $30, and you're just every day you see that $30 stack up every single day. It'll stack up very fast. You do the math. So yeah, just build up that first 1,000 and you're gonna be cool. On that note, man, I want, if you're starting at zero, once you get a little bit comfortable, you got that 1K in your account, start learning a skill, man. Start learning a skill. Whether that's, and as for skill, I mean content creation. I mean HVAC, plumbing, trades, get your CDLs, get a tech job, something like that. Sales with commission, something like that. Sales with commission is kind of dangerous, but it works for some people. You feel me? So work on increasing your income. And another thing to go along with that, not just with trades and CDLs and stuff, but if you got a job making 15 an hour, go get a job making 17. After you get that job making 17, go get that job making 19. After you get that job making 19, go get that job that's making 22. Keep building your income just like that. And before you know it, you're going to be making $27 an hour. And you're like, oh, snap. I just job hopped. I just went from this job to this job to this job to this job. It sounds like, oh, it's a lot because I'm going to have to get on these job sites, these apps, and do this and do that. And it's just like, but you're doing it for your future. So, and along with that, if you don't want to work it, like I always recommend, no matter how much you make, work 40 hours minimum. But let's say you make 15 an hour and then you jump up to 25 an hour. At 15 an hour, you were having to work 60 hours a week to make what you do working 40 hours a week at 25 an hour. You feel me? So it's just little things like that. Like, make that jump to the next step. And then once you really get, like, this is all based on what I would do, but I'm just saying you. But once you really get, like, stable, you got 3K, 3.5K to like 6 or 7K saved up, you can start that investment fund. Open a Roth IRA, Fidelity. That's the one that I opened it with. And start building that up. And then another thing is, once you get $500, go on Marcus, this app called Marcus, put $500 into your high yield savings account, and it's gonna build from there on out. Like, you won't even be worried about that money. So yeah, just let it build up over time. Start investing. Once you get 3 to 10K saved up, you can start investing at 3K. $100 a month, it's gonna compound over the time. But I always put 500 in a high yield, so you're actually making money on your saved money. You feel me? And then, like I said, it's all mental, for real. Like, you have zero, but manifest millions. You feel me? And the only way to manifest millions is to, go to work, get your money, come home, sleep, and then go back to work. And if you do that for a month straight, you're going to be in a better position. I know it sounds crazy, but you will. 16 hours a day. You can do the math right now. You work 16 hours a day, you make $15 an hour every single day for a month straight. You do the math. I don't want to do the math. I can't do it off the top of my head. But you're going to be better off. Now, imagine you're doing that with 25 an hour. That's why I say job hop, because you can always do that. And then let's say your job's not offering that. A lot of jobs like to cut you off as soon as you hit 40. You hit 40, bam, hell no, go home. But you got the gig apps, And let's say you don't got the gig apps. Let's say you don't got transportation. You could go rent or a lawnmower, cut people's grass. You can rent a lot of things. So don't always feel so bad for yourself, That's what I would do if I had to start over from zero. I would absolutely start off with getting my job, getting my housing together, and, you know, not spending any extras, just saving every dollar I can and just working as hard as I can. And I would do that for probably a year straight, like probably a little bit over a year. And I guarantee in a year's time, you'll go from having zero saved to well over 10K saved, because you didn't spend any extra money and you just were disciplined the whole time. Because you don't, I always tell myself this: I know what it feels like to have $0. I know what it feels like to have negative $250. I know what it feels like to be in student loan debt. I know all of that. I don't want to do that anymore with my life. Like, I never want to be back in that situation. So what am I going to do? I'm going to work hard. I'm going to, you know, do my little side hustles. And, you know, I don't just go to my 9 to 5 every single day. Like we're on this 90-day run. I don't just go to my 9 to 5 every single day. No, I actually do my side hustles, and, you know, I do my content, I do my side hustles, and I go to my 9 to 5, and that's on a daily basis. It's 2 of those 3 every single day. So, you know, I make sure that I'm not going to go back to that $0 lifestyle, because I know what it feels like. So that's all I got to say for this video, man. It's all about mindset. Put your mind to it, and you will never be at zero again. Invest right. You know, a lot of people say, oh, I don't know how to invest. Yes, you do. You can look up a couple videos, and, you know, you're scared to risk that money, but ain't we all? I'm scared to lose money every day. I hate losing money. So that's it for the video, man. Get your mind right, and I'm going to see y'all on the next one. Peace.